In this lecture, we're going to go ahead and discuss the Zuul Better in this week's homework assignment, 8.41. I would highly recommend that you use Zuul Better because the code is cleaned up in this. There's other enum versions you can use, but that's up to you. You can simply use this. As we wait for Blue Jay to come up, we're going to go ahead and look at this. Exercise 8.41. Add some form of time limit to your game. If a certain task is not completed in the specified time, the player loses. The time limit can easily be implemented by counting the number of moves or the number entered commands. You do not need to use a real time. Please avoid trying to use a real timer. You certainly can if you want, and I'm not going to count that as wrong, but you've signed yourself up for a much harder piece of code than you need to. It is cool. The Java does have some great time-oriented classes, but something to think about. For you, there's a couple ways you can implement. What you need to do is think of a centralized place in this code where you might be able to keep track of commands that somebody has operated. Would this be a possible place? I'm inside the parser. Could it be under game command? Again, for you, you have to think about where the logical place is and where this will be done such that it keeps its existence from time to time. For you, I'm going to go ahead and give you choices. I see two logical implementations that most people have done, and it's really up to you. There could be one here to consider, and the exact implementation will be up to you. And again, it doesn't need to be a huge number. I'd suggest that if you decide to make it a number of commands used, that you count, say, up to some constant using something that we've defined earlier in earlier lectures, and then you change the constant. So maybe you make it 10, and then you change the constant to 5 another time, and that way whatever the constant value is, it's automatically changed. Think about the right places to define your variables and the right places to count. I don't want to give too much of the solution away, but that's actually a pretty significant amount. Hopefully this helps you. Again, use the Zuul Better source code. It is already uploaded on Blackboard, so you should have access to it now.